Hello, today I'm going to pay tribute to my Grandma Joy. My Grandma Joy was exactly what her name says. She was joy. In any type of circumstance, she was singing, she was smiling, or she was telling a story. She grew up in a rural town of Oregon called Redmond. She had a hard life. It was not easy, but the Lord gifted her with beauty and talent and the ability to shine brightly in the midst of dark places. She grew up being a part of theater, singing, which brought her into the Miss Oregon contest that she won, which then led her into the Miss America contest in Atlantic City, which she placed 6th. And that gift of music brought her to the San Francisco Conservatory of Music, where she studied opera, did radio theater, regular theater, and would have pursued a musical career. But then she chose to marry my grandpa Fred, who was on his way to becoming a dentist. They raised 4 kids together, and she chair-sided for him until the day he retired. Looking through my memories with her, some of the ones that stand out are the way she would teach a Sunday school class. She could tell a story that would draw in a 5-year-old and a 50-year-old simultaneously. I would help her teach Sunday school, and I would sit there captivated by her flannel board and her stories about a little owl in the woods, and the way she would tie in the biblical truth with all these little woodland creatures. I basically thought my grandma was Snow White. She could whistle like a bird. She could sing. She seemed to draw not only children and people to her, but animals to her as well. The birds loved her yard. She had a frog named Geraldine that she would constantly send us grandkids out in her house and yard to find, I think, to keep us busy. I maybe found Geraldine once. She was about that big. She could captivate our imaginations and get us so busy for so long without really having any toys in our house. And we didn't really make big messes because we were always doing something creative using our imaginations. She went on to use her gifts in church and at work to entertain people, to inspire people. And by the end of her life, she was in a rehab nursing facility in Mesa, Arizona. Grandpa had passed away before her. And if there was anywhere in the world she could have been depressed, it would have been there. She'd lost her singing voice at this point because of cancer. She was most of the time sharing a room with a grouchy resident. She was far from her family. But in the face of all of this, she utilized her gift to shine brightly, and she became a liaison between residents and staff members. She fostered hope, joy, the desire to do better in all the people that she met. She would come to her meal tables, and where residents would come grumpy, she would come ready with jokes. And pretty soon she got known for her jokes. And then every conversation I had with her on the phone was her asking for more jokes because she needed to bring them to the dining room so that these people had something to look forward to. She did Bible studies. She was always encouraging, whether it was the person giving her a sponge bath or the person sharing lunch at her table. She was always inspiring, and she always inspired me. I would call her in the midst of raising kids and multiple responsibilities, feeling overwhelmed, spend an hour on the phone with her, and come away feeling so much better. So thank you, Grandma Joy. Thank you for teaching me that in the midst of darkness, there is always hope. There's always a reason to sing.